Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, guys. This is your host, Haunted. I have this job lined up here, and yeah, I wanted to talk about a few more things that I learned along the way with some help, and yeah, go over some cool things. So here, if I push L1 in my interaction, it automatically brings up my pointer here. But anyways, so as you're looking where my pointer is here at your weather, this is only shows you where you're taking off from, I believe. So see, I'm gonna back up. So if you were to pull this up, you would start off here, and then you want to click route. So this is going to bring up some information. So this is where we're taking off from. You see there's a little circle with a little X, I don't know, it's like a little I or whatever it is. You can click this, then you can go to weather. Now here it's telling us, it's a VFR, which is, good to be able to see, because yeah, as you unlock different certifications and you start running into like nighttime missions and low visibility type missions, then you're gonna run into that. So anyways, for our departure here, this is gonna line up. It tells us our visibility 8.69 nautical miles, 3 knots, coming from the heading of 140. Clouds are clear, our air pressure, temperature. But yeah, it's telling us what our wind is from where we're taking off. So, it says 3 knots. So over here, where my pointer is, that's where it's saying like 3 to 4 knots. But that's where we're taking off from. So if I were to back up one, oops, back to route, okay, on our route screen. So this is where we were on our takeoff, this little circle dot here. Now, if you take your right joystick and you scroll down to this one at the bottom, this is where you're going to be landing, and you can find out what the weather's like there. And so we're going to click on that. We're going to click on weather. Now, as you can see, this is not going to be the same as your takeoff. So where we're landing, it's going to go from 3 to 4 knots where we're taking off to 8 knots of wind, which, that's like twice as much. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. And it's also going to tell you if you're still on VFR type of landing situation on the job with visibility and all that. So I wanted to show you guys what I've learned. So I'm just going to back up here. I'm going to take that off. We're going to click accept. And I'm just going to go to manage. Seems to be clean already, apparently. And let's see if I can pull up my pointer. Wait. It might not let me pull up my pointer on the screen. So if you look on fuel, where you see the yellow gas can there, that's how much fuel you're going to need to have enough fuel to get through the mission. But you usually want to do a little bit more than that, because in case you got to turn around, miss the landing, you don't want to run out of fuel. For this purpose, I'm just going to fill her up, top it off. And click fly. Okay. And I'm going to be talking a lot on the intro and like I did, and also going over some stuff that I learned through the flight. And if I want to keep the video shorter, I may, once I'm done showing you guys everything, I may clip out some of the flight just to keep it not super long. But anyways, let's get into the plane. This is the says in the corvalis TT.
Flight HHR 859 Parking 1 for ground service. Ready for passengers boarding.
Roger that, Captain. They're on their way. Have a good flight.
And if you have just started your career, I did notice a comment on my last video from somebody that just started.
Nice to meet you, Captain. I'm expecting a bunch of
We'll
calls
wait for these
during
people
the
to
flight.
stop talking.
I'll try to keep them quiet, but I might be on the phone a lot, just so you know.
Oh, that's fantastic, especially because I want to relay a lot of information. She'll be talking a lot, guys. So now I totally lost track. Oh, what I was saying is that this is, the Corvalis, which has higher capabilities than the Skyhawk 172, but your 170, going from the 172 to this is a really good transition because it's not overwhelmingly different, even though it is. Can go up on higher altitudes, fly at higher speeds and stuff like that. Anyways, let's get it started.
Good morning. It's Laven. Just wanted to say hi before you leave to Dry Fork. Mrs. Morton will be aboard soon. I know you'll give her a warm welcome. She's close to one of our top clients who booked the flight for her. Have a good flight, Captain.
And it seems to be a little darker out, so I am going to turn on some cabin lighting. Not that the back one's going to do me much good. And I am going to turn up everything just to help it a little bit lighter. So, reset back to position. What I'm going to do, if you're new, is click on this screen because you're going to want it on. And let me zoom back to normal position. Now I'm going to adjust my altitude. Now I know these missions have been setting me at 4,000 feet. So I am going to do that on the altitude. I am going to hit the taxi light on. And yeah, some things I'm going to be talking about once we get going is the engine propeller prop adjustment that will give us more speed and also keep our torque at manageable levels so we're not maxing out the RPMs and destroying the piston, which is going to cost you on this particular plane the same amount as the Skyhawk 172. It's like just over 17,000 credits to replace that piston. So you want to master the navigation system with autopilot and the torque adjustments along with your mixture, because it'll save you money in the long run, and it'll save you a lot of headaches if you're trying to fly. Because when I first started this game, I'm like, oh, I'll just manually fly. It'll be a lot more fun. But you'll find yourself at the wrong altitudes a lot, constantly fighting with the trim and the RPMs, maxing out and hurting your piston because you're diving down trying to get back to this altitude that you want, stuff like that. Okay, anyways, let's announce.
Kilo Papa Juliet Charlie traffic. November 87368 is taxiing to runway 17. Kilo Papa Juliet Charlie.
Okay, is there anything else I want to do at the moment? Yes. Now, there's a button right here in the middle. Zoom in a little bit, called the CDI. As you can see, it's on LOC green 1. What you're going to want to do is click it 2 times. It's purple. that brings up our GPS, and this is going to make our life a whole lot better. So and if you're wondering how I change the view, you hold L1 and I push down on my tap pad and to zoom in, and up on my tap pad to go back out like that. And also, yeah, let's start with that. Okay. Now let's start our taxi procedure here. Let's welcome the passengers.
Pleased to be your pilot today and to welcome you aboard this first-class wings flight to Dry Fork. Estimated flight time is 28 minutes. We're on time for departure, and we're about to receive clearance for takeoff. I'll keep you updated with any important information throughout the flight. Thank you.
You know, it is kind of dark and cloudy, and I do got my taxi lights on. I think I might just, not the landing light probably, I think I might just turn on my strobe and my navigation light. I don't know, it's not super dark, but it's a little dark. Now, one thing that I still have to test, because I just was testing the prop adjustments and the mixture on the last, my last flight I did off screen. But I was going to test if I could adjust the prop and the torque right off the bat on the takeoff, because I tend to, it's very easy to max out your RPMs, and then, like I said, your piston's going to be taking the brunt of that damage. So, but yeah, I'm not going to test that on this, because one, I want to show you guys the difference it's going to make, not only on our speed, but to keep our torque under control so we're not damaging that engine. So it's a win-win. You won't be damaging your piston, and also you get to fly faster. So, and before I even start this takeoff, what I noticed on one of my videos, I was like, I was using navigation mode. I'll let him talk.
Kilo Papa Juliet Charlie traffic, November 87 tree 68. Taking off runway 17. South departure, Kilo Papa Juliet Charlie.
Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, I was using the navigational mode, which us pushing the CDI to purple is going to allow us to use. And the last two times I tried any sim rate, it basically glitched it out both times. So I don't even want to use sim rate anymore, because it seems to glitch out my game, and that's not good. And I don't mind just taking the slow grind. It's just sometimes you're like, oh, I need to do something, it'd be nice to finish up this flight, but more than likely you're gonna get problems. Okay, I was confused. I had arrows going both sides of me there. Okay, so without me adjusting that prop, the propeller speed, torque, this here, engine propeller, you gotta be very careful, because those RPMs are easily gonna max out, and kind of want it on the third person because you guys can easily see the gauges a lot better. So, yep, my RPMs are getting close to maxing out, so I'm going to back off a little bit because it's going to keep going up as I'm gaining speed and stuff. Okay. Let's do a little contact, let them talk a little bit.
1 mile south of Kilo Papa, Juliet Charlie, 1200. Request flight following.
November 87368.
Oh, they...
Squawk 546 tree.
Okay, interesting. Let's acknowledge squawk.
Squawk 546 tree, tree 68.
368. Radar contact 2 miles south of Kilo Papa, Juliet Charlie, 1800. Altimeter 2986. November 87368 is cleared to Whiskey Victor 62 Airport as filed. Squawk 546 tree.
Yeah, this weather actually looks pretty nasty. Okay, I'm all over the place. So, they're not, what I was saying was interesting is they're actually not having me go to 4,000 like I was. They're all the way up to 9,000. So,
368. Did you copy?
yep, acknowledge.
November 87368, cleared to Whiskey Victor 62 Airport as filed. Squawk 546 tree.
368. Read back correct. Radar contact 3100. Altimeter 2986. Turn left heading 165. Proceed on course. Climb and maintain 9,000.
Okay, so I just engaged nav mode, autopilot nav mode, so it's going to take me, it should take me to my glide path there. If you're looking in the middle here.
368. Please acknowledge.
Turn left heading 165. Resume on navigation. Climb and maintain 9,000. 368.
Yes,
And-
it's Sarah.
Well, they're still talking.
I'm on my way.
Contact Cleveland
Just
Center
calling to
on
confirm I'll be there in just over
13.475. Good day.
27 minutes. The flight shouldn't take long, so don't start without me.
368.
Okay, so yeah, so I reset my altitude to 9,000 and I engaged the autopilot, and then when I hit nav mode, because we changed our CDI to GPS mode, once I got it close to the glide path, which this is called, zoom in, this purple line here. So if this middle, the middle of this, if you're learning, is off to the right, that means you got to go to the right to line up your glide path, and same goes if it's to the left, that means you got to go to the left to line up your glide path, so this line is straight. So what nav mode is doing is not only climbing us to our desired altitude as we are going up, we're supposed to go all the way up to 9,000. It is also keeping us in line. Now, as you can see here, the purple boxes, that's where it's trying to get us to. And also, when you turn on nav mode, that automatically flips on your flight director, which is this purple little pointy arrow. Now the yellow arrow is us, and the purple arrow shows you, you know, where you need to go to get on the glide path. If you guys are new and you're wondering what's going on here. So let's back up. Now we are climbing. We're at almost 6,700. We're holding at 98 knots. And yeah, just like I said, I was maxing out my RPMs and damaging my piston, which if I, let's see, pull up my pointer here. So when I'm in my plane, the RPM meter is here. You can see it right there. This plane will start maxing out at 2,500, but also down here on the left where my pointer is, it's also down here on the left. So if you're in first person, you can see this blinking red here where it says engine. So you can easily see if you're maxing out or not. Now, I know I said I was going to talk about adjusting our engine propeller and our mixture. Now, as far as the mixture goes, I was testing this at 4,000, so it's going to be different at 4,000 than it is going to be at 9,000. So some of my earlier videos when I was doing skydiving employee missions for the first time, I was playing around with the mixture, and as you're going higher and higher, gaining altitude, and you kind of play around with this, you'll notice, you know, to test it yourself, you know, as well. But look at, let me put the pointer off. Now, these clouds are pretty crazy actually, they're pretty dark. And I want to wait until we reach our 9,000 altitude goal, which we're almost there, before I start tinkering around with the engine propeller. But I did kind of have the video planned for a 4,000 feet flight, but we're going to 9,000, so it might change things. But I want to show you what a difference this is going to make in our speed. And we're almost to the target of 9,000. And I am going to take the RPMs down a notch, so we're not going to start maxing out, because once we reach 9,000, we're not going to be climbing anymore. And as you can see on the left, the RPMs are going up. My engine's about to max out, so I need to click the throttle down, because I was watching that in the bottom left there. Okay, so also, if you're new and learning, as you can see, the blue boxes is nowhere near this true glide path that we're on over here. So I'm going to click that back off. Now, as we can see, without having our blue glide boxes on, it'll show you like how far the destination is with like a little pinpoint thing. We can see that here. It says distance 30.6 nautical miles going down to our next waypoint, right? And I believe the GPS ground speed possibly, Or is that for our GPS system? I'm not actually sure about that. Anyways, so here we go. Now we are flying at about 124 knots. It looks like it's reaching there. Now we're up. I have to acknowledge a handoff here. We're gonna play with the mixture first. The higher you get, the more you take your mixture down. So I'm gonna take it down for now. Oh, let's just take it down to 90.1. And we're gonna take, I found with this plane, now this was at 4,000, so would this change with altitude? I'm not certain, but we're gonna take the engine propeller. I found with this plane, like your 90 to 95 zone is roughly where you want to get it. I found like 93 to 92% seemed to be a sweet spot for me personally. Okay, so we were at 124 knots, right? Now, if you look, you can see my readouts more. At the engine, I'm turning it up. So with the adjusted propeller, I will be able to turn this engine up faster without gaining as many RPMs and damaging the piston. As you can see on the airspeed on the bottom left, we were maxing out at 124, and we're at 135 with the adjustment and climbing. I'm going to tweak the engine up a little bit more. So I'm going to try taking this down to 92.5, the engine propeller. Let's give this a try. No. Let's check our readout. Now I'm turning the engine up even more. And as you can see, the RPMs are not maxing out. I'm turning it up even more. Now we're at 150 knots in climbing. So just with those adjustments, we went from 124 to we're at 158 and still climbing, and I still have room to even crank the engine up even more. So let's crank it up some more even. Cranking it. Yep, and I got this thing cranked max right now. And keep in mind, with your altitude and your mixture, you're gonna get, you know, little variations of what's happening. So we are now at 180 knots, guys, so this is gonna tremendously make your trips more quick and more efficient without using your sim rate and glitching out certain things if you're just flying, enjoying it. Yeah, and as you can see, we're at 185 knots. Now we are on the glide path. Look at these clouds. Now, what's kind of concerning me is I don't think we have a de-icer on this plane, but it seems to not be an issue. Looks like we're going to be going possibly through the bottoms of these clouds at 9,000. I think this is so far the highest I've taken this plane. So yeah, so right now we're engine propeller at 92.5. Our mixture is at 90.1. Now at this height, I could probably take my mixture down a little more. Let's just test it. Let's take it down to let's try like around 80%. Let's see what happens. What that did was allow me to add 1 click to my throttle by taking that mixture down a little bit more. Didn't make a huge difference on our speed. We're almost at it. Let's try 77.9. I might get 1 more click. I did. But I was gonna say, is it gonna make a difference on my speed? Not too much. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to get much better than this as far as speed, but we're in the yellow, so we're going plenty fast. Let's see. And yeah, that's most of the gist of what I wanted to relay in this video. Now, the rest of it, we're just gonna enjoy the flight. See, I'm in almost 33 minutes, so I may clip out a part of this flight from this point up, possibly, just so we don't make the video too long. But at the same time, we're in the clouds, so don't really want to clip it out. This is cool.
368, you can cancel IFR. Continue VFR to your destination.
Cleveland Center, 368. Cancel IFR at this time.
368, IFR flight plan is canceled. Radar service terminated.
See.
Squawk 1200.
Oh, there was actually another thing I wanted to show you guys.
Good day.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't coming up on something crucial first. What I wanted to show you was with the flight planner. So I'm going to pull that up with L1 in interaction, then I'm push R1 and L3, get my pointer out. Now, what I learned on this map here on our route, okay, so with L2, I can zoom out, right? And R2 I can zoom in. So I actually learned that just messing around with this. And then you can also, here's my pointer, I can put it down here and I can hold X and I can drag it, because then we can see what's ahead of us here instead of we're way back there. So you can do that, hold X, so you can drag it, and then you can hit R2, you can zoom, so we can go all the way to where we're headed, and we can zoom in and see what's happening there. Which is pretty cool. So it's showing us coming in at an angle, going down, looping around, and then going here, here, to final, to runway. What I usually do is I come in here, I hit this corner instead, and totally avoiding that other loop, and just zip around the base, the final to landing. But just wanted to show you guys what I learned on how I could control this little map here. So there we are back there. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now I'm going to turn my pointer off and my tablet. Wow, look at this view. This is amazing.
Hi there. How are you? Yeah, I'm on my way. Off for lunch tomorrow. Yes. Yes. Great. Absolutely. Looking forward to catching up. Yes. See ya.
This is awesome. This is actually my first mission on my own company that I've been this high up in the clouds, so it's definitely awesome. But how cool is this? How's it going back there? She doesn't seem concerned at all. And towards the once we start having to descend, I'm gonna try and remember to turn my mixture up again. Oh, I lost my screen there for a second. A little bit of a zoomer. Looking good. Oh yeah, another thing, I know the wind is going to be blowing at 8 knots from the weather report on my landing spot. So under the PFD, click that, then we can click wind, and I like the option 3. And Right now it's telling us 42 knots. So the heading of 273. And then our true airspeed here, 210 knots versus our airspeed here. And yep, knots is 1.15 miles per hour. So if I calculate, let's say 186 times 1.15 would be 213.9 miles per hour. See, if we take our true airspeed, 209 times 1.15 is 240.35 miles per hour. What did I just do? I think I screwed something up. I pushed the wrong button. Wait a minute. Okay, it turned autopilot off on me. What did I do? Now it won't let me turn it back on. Well, I guess we're gonna manually fly her then. I thought it was the sim rate that made it do it, but apparently something happened there. Now my RPMs are also maxing out. Shoot. Well, we've gone haywire, boys. Just when everything was going smoothly. Alright, where the heck am I? Well, this made things a little bit more interesting, hasn't it? Well, I'm not too concerned, but we'll make her. I have my engine totally turned down. We're descending rapidly. My glide path is way above me, but that's okay. I hope. My mixture is back at 100%. I didn't do that. So is my propeller. What the heck had happened there? Coming out of the clouds. Let's trust the instruments. You know what else? My airspeed meter on the left isn't moving anymore. I wonder if I pause it and unpause it. That doesn't do anything. Nope. Something definitely went haywire, boys. Hopefully my airspeed is correct on my instrument there. Which I don't know. It doesn't look like it's moving. I may have to just free ball this thing. I think my airspeed is glitched. Oh shoot, the wind is like kicking up. We might be in trouble here, boys. And also, my windshield's looking a little icy. I don't think I have de-icer on this. I could be wrong, but I don't think I do. I wonder if like my system froze or something. See what's happening here. Emergency, mayday. Help me. I wonder if like my equipment froze. Maybe I got iced up. That might have been what happened, guys. That might have been the problem. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What is happening? This has definitely been the most interesting thing that's happened in a while. looks like the ice melted off. Maybe I shouldn't be taking jobs that have me going that high of altitude in this thing, unless I'm just missing where I have a de-icer somewhere. I'll have to check into that. They give me something to learn about the plane, another thing to learn. If I have the capabilities, or I'm not supposed to be going that high in this thing. So this mission has left me with more questions to answer. I have no idea how fast I'm going. We're coming in for an emergency. Under this situation, I may just go left here and hit the final instead of go all the way behind it and loop around again. Wow, I don't know what's happening. I'm blowing all over the place. Emergency. Emergency! A lot of things went wrong. I think we froze. That's, I think, what happened.
Victor 6-2 traffic. November 87 Tree 68 is taxiing to parking. Whiskey Victor 6-2.